Instagram at Rodney Perry Live. All right, as we move forward here, give me your thoughts on this. Well, no, you mentioned Monique, so I got to ask you about this. You saw the movie Bessie?
I did see Bessie. I did see Queen Latifah.
Thank you.
Speaking of the Z Cup.
Yeah, dog. Why did they have to do me like that?
What are those, gospel or rapper breasts?
I don't know what those were, dude.
Those are man boobs.
Yeah, dude. There was something wrong. Yeah. There was a situation going on there, and it was like I couldn't look away. I was like, what? And it was a long scene, too. It had to be about 45 seconds of just straight Latifah shirtless. And I was like, ugh, what's happening right now? Yeah. But I can't look away because I'm a man, and there's still boobs, by the way. I mean, I can't just, waste that. But, yeah, it was kind of traumatic. I
thought the movie was great.
It was.
I thought they did a great job with it, man. And, we've seen Queen Latifah play a lesbian before and set it off, but I think this was really kind of her coming out party on a lot of levels.
And I want to ask you about that. That's kind of more serious part I want to ask you about. Like Queen Latifah, she got snubbed for an Oscar in Chicago, right? The thing with Nicole Kidman.
Chicago.
Is that a thing that has to happen now? You got to sit there, shirtless for 45 seconds for people to consider you for awards. Is that something that has to go on as a black actress, a heavy-set black actress at that, in your opinion?
I don't think not necessarily, but it's like this. If you intend to play their game and get awarded in their world, you got to know that they have certain requirements. And so that thing changes from year to year. And so you're going to, the stuff that gets the Oscar, first of all, it's never comedy. Comedies just don't get Oscars. It's always some out-the-box way, whether black or white. But in terms of African Americans and the awards they get, it's one of those situations where, if you intend to play their game, you know what? Give me an NAACP Image Award. I'll take that. Because you ain't gonna catch Rodney Perry, wilding out on screen like that.
So no full frontal.
I got
a
dress on right now.
You're ignorant. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So, Rodney, what was the experience like? I know you just had that the stand up that came on Bounce TV a couple months back. What was that experience like, and what was the overall response that you got from your fan base?
I got a great response. My show, it was a number one original on Bounce TV at that time. And for me, Monique's show gave me a certain connection to people with my name, with Rodney Perry. But I got a lot of brand new fans that didn't know I was a stand-up. And even with Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes, I was looked at as the second guy. And so doing stand-up on that stage, it gives me an opportunity to kind of show them Rodney Perry the stand-up. And that's where I make my money. That's where I make the lion's share of my money as a stand-up. So at the end of the day, it's all about getting people to come out to see me live.
Still talking right now. A couple more minutes with Rodney Perry. He's the host of Rodney Perry Live on IBNXradio.com. Follow him, Twitter, at Rodney Perry, and on Instagram at Rodney Perry Live. We are the Sports Kings. I'm Big Mike. The other voice that you hear is Rob Calloway. You mentioned the NCAA. You didn't mention the NCAA. You mentioned the NAACP.
I did not.
Right.
Yes.
I want to ask you about this woman, Rachel Dolezal. Is that right, Rob? Dolezal, is that her name? The lady who went through 37 years of actually being a white woman, but in essence, in modern-day blackface. Let's call it that.
Well, first of all, everybody is black, okay?
That's what she said, too.
We don't know. Let me tell you something. I got enough light-skinned people in my family to know that mothers be lying. Go back and check with her mom.
Oh, don't do that.
Let me tell you something, Rob Calloway. It's some phantom light-skinned neighbor, okay? It's the reason this lady been identifying black, because her daddy probably black. Let me tell you something. People be dipping, okay? It's the reason this lady feels black.
Yeah. You're right.
Her hair a little kinky. You know, she got a little extra melanin. It ain't a tan.
Oh, I thought when you said melanin, you meant like behind her. Okay, you mean melanin the skin.
I don't know. I ain't see that.
Me neither. I thought you had another glimpse that I didn't get. Another angle.
I wish I did. But now the new white girls, it's got big butts. I mean, they doing lunges and stuff. These girls, let me tell you something. If she made some sort of contribution to the black community as a black person, why do we care?
Boom.
Now,
there it is.
I get the other side of the argument. I get the side of the argument that go, it could have been a black person that had that job, but it's all kind of white people that work for the NAACP. My problem with the NAACP is the C.
Didn't I just say that yesterday? Did we just have this conversation yesterday, Rob? This ain't 1945 no more. Who you calling colored? Yeah, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Me and you gonna be all right, Rodney. Me and you gonna be all right. I'm telling you, man. Oh, my goodness.
When I say Caitlyn Jenner, what comes to your mind, right?
What'd you say?
You heard him.
Caitlyn Jenner.
I think decathlon with a but not with a DE. No,
nicely
all
done.
jokes aside, man. This was transgender, and I don't have beef with these people. First of all, and you got the what's the whole LG. Lesbian, gay,
bi, and
bisexual,
trans. Yeah,
LGBT.
LGBT. Yeah.
I'm okay with the lesbians. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm one myself.
Likewise, me too.
Yeah.
I am a lesbian.
Yeah, I am too.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm a lesbian.
I live in Atlanta. I'm used to the gays. I watch reality TV. Bisexuals, greedy. When did the transgenders get in the conversation?
God.
Oh, my God.
It's like you listen to the show, dude. I said the same thing. Because when you go down, LGBT is all the LG and the B have something to do with sex, right? But what we learned from Bruce Jenner talking to Diane Sawyer, he said being a trans person has nothing to do with my sexuality. So
he said he still like women, dog.
Right.
So what is he not? A lesbian? Is he an L and a T?
It's confusing, dude. It is. Yeah. Yeah, it'll blow your mind. Don't think about it too hard. You're going to pass out. Yeah, trust me.
My
happened to me.
concern is for his children, dude. Now, I know nobody is really tripping off of this, but, like, that has to be amazingly difficult, even for a grown kid. He has sons. He has daughters. What is that like to have that conversation with your kids? Hey, man, I'm not a dude no more.
Yeah, his one of his sons talked about it in the interview. He was like, it was weird because, it is weird because usually when he calls his pops, they pick up the phone. It's like, what's going on, big guy? What's going on, big guy? He was like, but now my pops is going to be a woman. I don't think I would call a woman big guy, So, yeah, there's some adjusting that's going to have to be done, with everyone involved. But my personal feeling on it is like, man, whatever make you happy, If that ain't what's making the price of gas going up, I don't really care. Do you? You know what I mean?
See, like, that's the politically correct thing to say. And anybody that says anything outside of that is kind of ostracized. I tell the gays all the time, I ain't scared of y'all. I ain't scared of the gays.
I'm 44 years old. I ain't scared of y'all.
I'm 44. What I look like being scared of a gay? Let me tell you that. Rob, this is the thing. They quick to challenge you. And don't get me wrong. Like you said, whatever you love. But, man, don't try to punk me into your lifestyle.
Right.
For lack of a better word.
Right. That can't happen.
Because, like, what's the name? I was over there. What's the dude on Ricky Smiley, right? I saw him. And
Gary. Gary with the T. He dressed like.
Gary with the T.
Yeah.
Gary with the T dressed crazy, man. He got some shorts on, some flip-flops. I don't care if you gay or not. You supposed to get talked about. Okay?
And they talk about it. He gets talked about.
But he gonna chat. What you trying to say, right? I'm trying to say you look crazy, Gary. Okay? Crazy as hell with that mesh top on and them flip flops.
Right, which has nothing to do with you being gay. It's just a bad
it don't
outfit.
have nothing to do with you being gay.
Right, it's a bad
some
outfit.
Gay dudes with some fashion sense. and he ain't one of them.
All right, we got a couple minutes left with Rodney Perry, comedian Rodney Perry. We're gonna make sure we get his show dates as well. Here's something. I just wonder who makes you laugh? Like, who makes Rodney Perry just like laugh literally out loud, like holding your belly laugh, not like the little that was kind of cute. But what comedian just makes you like get into it?
I'm a big Tony Roberts fan. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, this dude is knocked down one of the funniest human beings to take the stage. I love JB Smoove. I like physical guys, man. I saw Kevin Hart this past. I saw Kevin Hart this past weekend. His special is gonna be epic, dude. He's doing some stuff on stage that I've never seen done before, and the numbers he's doing is insane. So, you know, not only is he a friend of mine, but one of the things I like about him is he's still the same guy.
That's awesome.
You know, and people do change. I mean, I've seen people change, and he hasn't changed one bit. You know, and so I'm a fan of Kevin Hart. But I like a lot of my contemporaries. I like people you ain't never heard of. I like a guy by the name of Marcus Harvey who I saw in a club and asked him to come over to Off the Chain and help me write. You know, so a guy named Hank Denson you never heard of. So it's a lot of guys out there that's funny, and then there's some guys that's funny that's never gonna go beyond their job because they won't quit. You know, people not willing to go out on the limb sometimes.
Yeah.
And you got to be willing to go for your dreams.
Stop throwing hits
Rob
at me,
Calloway.
right?
Rob Calloway, let me tell you something. You should have been had your own show. You know what I'm saying? You're a beast, man.
I ain't as funny as you, right? I ain't as funny as you.
Well, that's true.
Like, what you expect him to say? You know what I mean? What you expect to come out of his mouth? What was I about to say? Oh, this is the last thing from me. We got about 5 minutes left, but this is the last thing from me.
Okay.
You talk about the guys that no one knows about. That was going to be one of my other questions to kind of introduce me to some guys that we don't know about yet. But it seems like white America. It feels like they believe people are born when they realize them. Like Jamie Foxx didn't exist until Ray. But meanwhile, I remember seeing The Foxhole in 1993 on HBO. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in life. Guys like Bernie Mac and guys like Mike Epps. Like, white America feels like these dudes just like popped. They just were born yesterday and became, you know, stars. How do you said you're on the cusp. Like, how do you get there? Like, how do you get from? I remember seeing Mike Epps on Def Comedy Jam, joining some dude that had a cowboy hat on and some tennis shoes, and then he moved from that. And to now, Mike Epps, he has one of the best shows on Stars. That Survivor's Remorse show.
Survivor's Remorse.
Yeah,
that's LeBron James' show.
Yeah, I caught it kind of late, but I like it. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But how does Rodney Perry get there? Like, what's the process like that you're going through right now to get to where those guys are?
It's movies and television, man. I mean, we can't even blame it on white America. It's us. Like, our people don't go see you in numbers unless we know you. And so if you're not on television and or film, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball. And that's just just what it is. So to break out, you need television and or film. You know, I've had, you know, my share of television, but you need that breakout role in the film, man. And that's when people take you serious. You got to think Kevin Hart wasn't Kevin Hart until what? Until Ride Along does $100 million.
Right. This dude was in Soul Plane.
That elevated this guy to a whole nother level. Now you're doing, that enables you the following year to do what? To do 500,000 tickets in a week. So the separation is television and film in general. Now, Monique told me this story when she was on the Oscar run, right? She said a reporter asked her, she's like, you know, you got all this success now because of pressure. How does it feel to be mainstream? And she stepped back. She said, well, you know, I've been doing this for quite some time. I got a great audience of people that love me. She said, so let me ask you, how does it feel to be in my stream? And that's essentially the way we have to approach it. You have to be thankful for where you are and your fan base, because when you add to that fan base, that's when you take it to the next level. So it's not that we don't want our Caucasian brothers to check us out. but we need to solidify ourselves in our own community. And you make enough noise, they gonna look because they nosy.
Right.
Absolutely.